referring to skewed fruit in besotted produce. Besotted is wonderful, because though an apple, unlike an art dealer, can hold an obedient pose until it begins to rot, it is also more than an apple, if we define an apple in terms of shape, colour, and edibility. Virginia Woolf noted that the longer you stare at Cézanne's apples, the heavier they seem to get. So in a sense, yes, an apple does move. Cézanne would doubtless have approved the aperçu. Grappling directly with objects was central to his purpose. They buoy us up, he said. A sugar bowl teaches us as much about ourselves and our art as a Chardonnay or a Monticelli. People think the sugar bowl has no physiognomy, no soul, but that changes every day, too. With a soul, does the sugar bowl change every day? Of course, the light may change, and so might our feelings, but its associations, its intrinsic beauty, the bowl itself, its form, its surface. True, it may lead us to wider, greater things, as Auden put it, the craft of but there is a point where a stern and principled atheism shades into an implausible pathetic fallacy. Kandinsky wrote that Cézanne made a living thing out of a teacup, or rather, in a teacup, he realized the existence of something alive. He raised still life to such a point that it ceased to be inanimate. This may be true, but then so is the opposite, that he lowered or sat on life to the point where it almost ceases to be animate. Movement in the paintings is generally the movement of the viewer's eye, following the movement of the paint, rather than the representation. Occasionally, there might be a sweep of short brush strokes animating the branches of the tree. But just as his colours rarely blaze, he used bright colours but in a grey light, as his friend and closest colleague describes himself. His landscapes rarely stone. They do, nonetheless, is express and inspire joy. One side of Cézanne was dull, paints thickly as if to keep it pinned in place. Another one has a buoyancy to dancing inside it. John entitled this oddly glary severity, this tremor in the face of the mundane. Art for Cézanne had a parallel existence to him, rather than an imitative dependence on it. It has its own rules and sought its own harmonies. Happily, all theories fall foul of life, and the inhabitants of Cézanne world were sometimes no more obedient than in the parallel world they occupied. Tried to explain his procedures to Gaston's son. Look, Gaston, your father, he's sitting there, isn't he? He's smoking his pipe. He's listening with only one ear. He's thinking, what about? Besides, he's buffeted with sensations. His eye is not the same. An infinitesimal proportion of an atom of light has changed from within. It has meant changing or almost unchanging colour. So you see this tiny little minuscule stone which darkens into the violet shell. I corrected. Then I light a reed next to it. I can see it's too strong. I moderate it. I continue past invisible touches. The eye looks better. Then there's the other one. To me, it's squints. It's looking at me. Whereas this one is looking at his life, his past, you. I don't know what, something which is not me, not other. Gaston, permitting himself to breathe the blows and his lips, observed, I was thinking of the trump I held.
We're all set. Drive safely. In 3/4 of a mile. At the roundabout, take the second exit onto A24 Leatherhead bypass.
The soul was really concerned about the 6 months.
1,000 feet.
With its huge chronic
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
with dinner plates, suckers,
There lies a creature.
enormous eyes,
It's become a monster.
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto A24 Leatherhead bypass.
But are we being unfair? I'd say.
The more we find out about the squid, the more fascinating it becomes.
BBC Radio 4's Natural Histories continues with a look at this misunderstood mollusk. This morning at 11.
In half a mile. At the roundabout, take the first exit onto A24 South Dorking Rd.
For withdrawals, the fourth time it has done so since last Wednesday. It comes as Greek savers continue to withdraw their money in large volumes from the country's banks. Work is beginning to finalise the proposals, which Athens hopes will guarantee the financial aid it needs for its next loan repayment at the end of the month. The EU's Commissioner for Economic Affairs...
In 1,000 feet. At the roundabout, take the first exit.
...is within touching distance.
Pendant cette semaine, tout le monde doit se concentrer.
During this week, we must all focus on reaching an agreement, and I'm convinced that we will reach an agreement because this.
At the roundabout, take the first exit onto A24 South Dorking Rd.
An agreement is vital both for Greece and for the Eurozone.
Eurotunnel says large numbers of migrants are attempting to get into cars and lorries backed up at Calais because of a strike by French ferry workers. Ships aren't being allowed to leave or enter the port, and Eurotunnel has reduced its shuttle train services between Calais and Folkestone. Police investigating a fatal fire at a house in Derbyshire have arrested 3 people on suspicion of murder. 17-year-old
In 2.3 miles. At the roundabout, take the second exit onto A24 Mobile Camera Zone. 50 miles per hour.
Are being questioned about the fire. The high proportion of children in care in England and Wales who end up in the criminal justice system is to be examined by an independent review. The Prison Reform Trust, which has set up the review, says children in care between the ages of 10 and 17 are 5 times more likely to be in trouble with the police than other youngsters. A pensioner has climbed a high-voltage electricity pylon in southern France, forcing officials to cut the power that supplies Spain. The man, who's 73, scaled the structure in order to unfurl a banner
All clear.
as long-dead leader Charles de Gaulle to stand in the presidential election in 2017. BBC News. Call You and Yours today will be discussing whether people who are in work should be claiming welfare benefits. You can get in touch with the programme by calling 03 700 100 444 and Call You and Yours is at 12:15. Now it's time for Woman's Hour with Jane Garvey.
Good morning, welcome to the programme, and first of all, our congratulations to England through now to the quarter-finals of the Women's World Cup, and we wish them all the very best in their next big match. It's against the host nation Canada in the very, very early hours of Sunday morning, so fingers crossed for that, and well done to them. Now, one of our guests this morning is Sue Lloyd-Roberts. I'll talk to her in a moment. We'll also be asking why, relatively speaking, so few women become counsellors. We talk too about widows. It is the UN's International Widows' Day today, and there's more about women in engineering. Today my guest is Philippa Oldham, Head of Transport and Manufacturing at the Institution of Mechanical Engineering. She's had a really, really interesting career, Philippa, and she can tell me all about it on the programme today.
Mobile Camera Zone. 50 miles per hour.
Who has really put herself at risk over the years to expose human rights abuses. She's reported for ITN and more recently for Newsnight on BBC Two from some of the world's most dangerous places. In 2011, she won an Emmy for a film about North Korea. Well, Sue has been diagnosed with leukemia and she needs a bone marrow donor urgently. We'll talk about your...
In half a mile.